Son, Holy Spirit, never thought. Thank you for this chance to glorify your word once again. Great and we glorify your All right, folks. Good evening, brothers and sisters in Christ. Sorry, a little bit. Sorry, I'm still also a little sick. But, welcome back to the Holy Bible. We're continuing with Matthew. So last time we covered the sermon that Jesus gave after coming to Capernaum and assembling his crew, essentially. It goes it goes to say that Jesus invites people to observe faith even more and to do less wrong. So yeah, um, that's awesome. By the way, folks, if y'all are wondering where in the world am I? Well, I'm actually in a new dorm. Well, it's not a new dorm. It's nowhere near new. It's actually built in 1966. And to be honest, it does reflect its age pretty well. Sorry. It's not badly maintained. It's just that many of the things that they've kept have been in use for so long that it looks dated. But the building still looks fine, not gonna lie. Uh, it just needs a facelift. It's in need of a new renovation, it goes to say. So yeah, folks, I'm I'm still not completed with the new transfer. Well, I've taken everything from my truck to the dorm. I'm just, waiting or trying to get everything assembled, but yeah. So I'm going to be broadcasting in this dorm for the foreseeable future, although on Wednesday the 13th, that's our final day here in Kingsville for Summer Bridge. That's what they call this camp, Summer Bridge. But yeah, we are here, and no later than the 20th, we will be broadcasting from Kingsville from now on. We might even transfer to um, the the podcast room, which I forgot what they call that, but it's a podcast room. Yeah. So there's that. But here we are, thanks be to God, reading of His Word. So without further ado, I'm gonna get started. So, sorry, it's just before I start, quickly, Jesus says, they may say these things to you to not do, but I say to you, there are other things that are just as bad, so do not do them either, for you are as guilty as one who does those very things. So yeah, there's that. Now he completes at chapter 7. And he pushes his disciples to to strive from the heart and not from works. So after this, in Matthew, he also bewares of the prophets, false prophets, who will prophesy against what God has intended. So he completes that, and we're at chapter 8. Jesus heals a leper, the centurion's servant. When he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will, be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus said unto him, See thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded, for a testimony unto them. And when Jesus was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a centurion, beseeching him, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home, sick of the palsy, grievously tormented. And Jesus said unto him, I will come and heal him. The centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. For I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me, and I say to this man, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my servant, Do this, and he doeth it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to them that followed, Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And I say unto you, that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And Jesus said unto the centurion, Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be that done unto thee. And his servant was healed in the selfsame hour. And Jesus was come into Peter's house. And when Jesus was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and ministered unto them. When the even was come, they brought unto him many that were possessed with devils, and he cast out the spirits with his word, and healed all that were sick, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Esaias the prophet, saying, Himself took our infirmities and bare our sicknesses. Now when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. Here is a verse that I want to point out. Two verses actually for chapter 8. The first one is from chapter 8, verse 8. Lord, I am not worthy. I say, I am not worthy that thou shouldest come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. It's similar to what we say in the church before we take communion in the church, except instead of servant, we say soul. And another verse from chapter 8. Uh, this one from Jesus. Go thy way, and as thou hast believed, so be it done unto thee. Two big verses right there. Yeah, we're going to continue through chapter 10. Excuse me. So, Jesus is asked to heal all of these people from all of these things that are going on with them. So yeah, um, professed disciples tested, and a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus saith unto him, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. So, in other words, Jesus is like, don't even think about this. Let those people do what they do. And, yeah, Jesus stills the waves, casts out the demons. And when he was entered into a ship, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great tempest at the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. And he saith unto him, Why are ye fearful, O ye of little faith? And he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. But the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? And when he was come to the other side of the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, coming out of the tombs, exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cry out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time? And there was a good way off from them herd of many swine feeding. So the devils besought him, saying, If thou cast us out, suffer us to go away in the herd of the swine. And he said unto them, Go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of the swine, and the whole herd of swine ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and perished in the waters. And they that kept them fled, and went their ways into the city, and told everything, and what was befallen to the possessed of the devils. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coasts. That's the book of Matthew, um, chapter 9. Still got one, or well, actually, no, chapter 8, I mean. In short, we've got the the leper healed, the centurion servant healed, the devils cast out, Jesus' call to action, and among these other things, Jesus stills the waves, casts out the demons. He sends the demons to the swine, and as for the waves, he tells the wind to stop. Chapter 9. Jesus returns to Capernaum. And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city. And behold, they brought to him a man sick of the palsy, lying on a bed. And Jesus, seeing their faith, said unto the sick of the palsy, Son, be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven of thee. And behold, certain of the scribes said within themselves, This man blasphemeth. And Jesus, knowing their thoughts, said, Wherefore think ye evil is in your hearts? For whether is easier to say, Thy sins be forgiven thee, or to say, Arise and walk? But that ye may know that the Son of Man hath power on earth to forgive sins. Then saith he to the sick of the palsy, Arise, take up thy bed, and go into thine house. And he arose and departed to his house. But when the multitudes saw it, they marveled and glorified God, which had given such power unto men. So more stuff happening in Capernaum. He heals someone who's sick of the palsy. The call of Matthew. Okay, Matthew 9:5 has a good point. It's easier to say that your sins are forgiven than just to go, go home. Or or actually the opposite. But yeah, I don't know. Call Matthew. And Jesus passed forth from thence. He saw a man named Matthew sitting at the receipt of custom, and he saith unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him. And it came to pass, as Jesus sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with him and his disciples. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? But when Jesus heard that, he said unto them, They that be whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. I will have mercy, not sacrifice. For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. And came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast oft, but thy disciples fast not? And Jesus said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and and then shall they fast. No man putteth a piece of new cloth into an old garment, for that which is put in to fill up taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. Good point from Jesus. In verse 15, it says, But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and they shall fast, and then shall they fast. It's Jesus predicting that he's going to go away soon. Yeah, Jesus is predicting his own departure of sorts. Right. Also, neither do new wine, uh, verse 17, neither do men put new wine into old. oiled bottles, else the bottles break and the wine runneth out. It means if you try to follow Jesus with your sinful lives, you're not going to get real far. Rather, what's going to happen is you're going to be following him in vain. And Jesus desires the fullest of heart. That's the Paul of Matthew. Jesus heals a woman, raises a daughter. Here we go. While he spake these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler and worshipped him, saying, My daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, If I be but touch his garment, I shall be whole. But Jesus turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort, thy faith hath made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he said unto them, Give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. And the fame hereof went abroad into all that land. And when Jesus departed thence, two blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou son of David, have mercy on us. And when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him, and Jesus saith unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, Yea, Lord. Then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened, and Jesus straitly charged them, saying, See that no man knoweth. But they, when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man, possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, It was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of the devils. And Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. Then saith he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. This section, first we have a woman who touches Jesus's garment, Jesus's cloak. She believes that if she touches one of it, then she will be healed completely. And according to her faith, it has been done. Then Jesus continues on his original intentions to that place where the daughter, the maid, was dead. And he heals her as well. And he heals blind people, and he heals the dumb. And then he preaches the gospel throughout the kingdom. And and When he says that pray that he will send forth laborers into his harvest, he means there has to be more people willing to preach the gospel with me. Okay, folks? Hola, mamá, ¿cómo estás? God bless you. Welcome in. Hmm. Chapter 10. The 12 instructed and sent forth. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out, and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, or Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus, or however you pronounce it, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Tadeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Neither provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither two coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves, for the workman is worthy of his meat. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. And when ye come into an house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of the house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. But beware of men, therefore they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour for when ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of the Father which speaketh in you. Bien, gracias. Qué bueno. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death. And ye shall be hated of all the man for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, you shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Baal Zebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? Fear ye not therefore, fear them not therefore, for there is nothing covered. Um, then shall not be revealed, that shall not be revealed and hid, that shall not be known. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not two sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? The very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. Yeah. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. He that receiveth you receiveth me, and he that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of the righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give uh, to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water, only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. The gospel of the Lord. Grace to you, Lord Jesus Christ. All right, Christian. Welcome in. God bless you. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. But first, I'm going to summarize chapter 10. Jesus tells all his 12 apostles, go and preach the word, and do not go into those that deceive you. But if anyone should testify against you, well, uh, um, testify against them by shaking off your dust. Have faith. Uh, have faith and do not fear those who will kill you, because they cannot destroy the soul. But those who can destroy the soul, fear those, for the soul's more precious than the body. So have faith is the word, and obey what the Father instructs. Also, people shall seek me without any questions, not more, not after their fathers or their mothers or any of their families or anyone. They shall seek me first. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. That's the verse that I'm going to put. 10:39. Steve, God bless you. Welcome in. Matthew 10:39. I apologize. He that findeth, findeth, findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Yeah, there's another verse right there. In case y'all wanted to. Exactly, when you put on the full armor of God, you are untouchable no matter what the enemy throws your way. Exactly. In other words, Jesus is calling for full speed ahead commitment, and do not be fooled by anyone. Did you make videos about gas station food? Oh yeah, I toured a little bit of gas stations, mostly the Texan gas stations, but also one Bucky's. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm still sick. I'm not sure what's happening to me, but still got a little bit of case of the sinus. And my throat is on fire. There was a tragedy at the Katie's Bucky's last week. Uh-oh. What was the best gas station food? Um, I haven't tried gas station food. So I did try the beaver nuggets from Bucky's and the glazed pecans. So I'll go with the glazed pecans. The beaver nuggets, they're good, but they're nothing special. It's pretty hollow. Actually, I take that back. I'll give it to the brisket sandwich from Bucky's. How did I forget that? All right, let's see what happened at Katie's is Bucky's. Death investigation underway at Katie Bucky's. Man shot himself. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah. Oh man. Is Bucky's only down in the South region? They're mainly in Texas, but they're expanding to other states up north. Um, they're in Alabama, they're in Tennessee, I think maybe Florida, I'm not too sure, and Georgia, I think. They're gonna open one in Arkansas soon, uh, in the next year or so. And there's also plans to potentially expand into Oklahoma and Louisiana. There's one in Mississippi and in Colorado also. Okay. Ohio's getting, but wow. And Ohio is very up north, isn't it? Well, it borders the great Lake Erie. Yeah, it's one of the most northern states. There's Kentucky, and then you can go to Ohio. Interesting. Yeah. Cleveland, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio, for how north it is, well, it's not up north totally. It's like still a little bit in the in the middle section, I guess. Midwest, or well, not Midwest. Geographically, it's Mideast, but they're probably the most northern state to have like a country thing going for them. Do you guys have a bunch of dollar stores there? Um, we used to have a Family Dollar where I live, but they've closed down. Dollar Tree, that was also there. Let me go to Port Lavaca and see. I'm not sure if we still have Dollar Tree, but yeah, folks, I'm sorry, folks. Still got a little case of the sniffles. Um, but let me check if we have Dollar Tree there. We have a Dollar General, which is closed. Uh, uh, or actually the closest to a dollar store. Yeah, we still have Dollar Tree in Port Lavaca. Or at least that's what I hear. Meanwhile, we're still awaiting a Texans arrival in Lamar. How long will it be until Lamar gets their stuff done for I-45? Um, Dollar Tree is on every corner just about in Houston. First time I saw a Dollar Tree, that would be in Tennessee. But yeah, that's true. What else happened? Ohio's technically a Mid-East state, but it's classified as a Midwest state. I don't know why they put uh, some of these Eastern-ish countries as a Western country state. I keep saying countries, states. Um, um, yeah, I don't know why we do that. I don't know. It's supposed to be a Mid-East, but it's called Midwest. I don't like that at all. Dollar Tree, hold on. Dollar Tree were just recently sold off Family Dollar to private equity. Okay. Dollar General once tried to buy Family Dollar, but the deal flopped. Dollar Tree. Where did they start? Let's see. They started at Chesapeake, or no, they're headquartered at Chesapeake, Virginia, but Sumter, North Carolina, 1953. Okay. And they're public. And Family Dollar is back to public. When did Family Dollar start? November 1959 in North Carolina. Isn't that when Jim Nance was born in 1959? The guy from CBS who does the NFL play-by-play. And he was born in North Carolina. Still figure. And they're headquartered in Chesapeake, Virginia as well. Well, now they got sold. And now they're private, apparently. Well, according to what? our friend Christian has gypsified. The dollar stores where I live, all of them are going up in price 125 and more. That's inflation. Unfortunately, you can't avoid inflation. I wish I knew how long it will take for 45 expansion. Yeah, probably 2 or 3 years, if I had to guess. Did you guys hear about the First Lady umpire? First Lady umpire. Oh, there's a new umpire who's a female. Jen uh Paywall or Powell, whatever her however it's pronounced, I'm not too sure. But yeah, congratulations to her. Yes, I just heard about it a little while ago. Another another business news. Paramount Skydance merger is finally over, and they are now one. Who knows what Skydance will do? And that merger is complete. I'm wondering if they'll make up another new logo for the on-screen logo for Paramount movies because they have one from 2011 that's been in use and is still in use. Um, 14 years later. The first one, the first iteration of the Flying Stars logo was like 1986 technically, but it was, I guess, officially 1987 when they made it full. Mm. So it technically lasted about 16 years. And as for the 2002 logo for their 90th anniversary, that lasted for 9 years into 2011. So yeah. Family Dollar retains their Chesapeake headquarters at Dollar Tree headquarters despite their sale. Yeah, maybe one of these days they'll be forced out. Oh no. I don't make their rules. I can't say if they'll stay there or look somewhere else. As for the logo, they'll probably change the byline to say a Skydance company, but keep everything else the same. Yeah, that's another possibility. They need to unveil a new logo, in my opinion. Well, they don't need to, I guess. But this logo has been in use for 14 years and barely any change except for the byline. First, it was a Viacom company, then it was a Viacom CBS company, and then no byline, and then it just Skydance company. Remember Kmart combined with Sears? That's right, and they are both dying right now. That's insane. Isn't Sears going to close another uh, store in California? Once giant Sears, soon to be down to just 5 locations. Only one located that is going to be open in California. Once popular retail giant Sears will be left with a sole West Coast location in, oh great, it's locked up behind a paywall. But yeah, um, uh, Gypsy. Gypsy. Uh, Founded in 1892 in Chicago, Illinois, or 1886, really, as a watch company. How many locations do we have? Seven. It's soon going to be down to five. Skydance will probably see no value in the linear cable networks and probably spin it off or sell them a la Comcast and Warner Brothers Discovery. So that would be, let's see, I'm not sure. Is Paramount Network still a thing? And then, well, there's Paramount Plus, but that's streaming. But yeah, I'm not sure. MTV will be spun off likely. Um, Bet, VH1, Comedy Central, TV Land, and Nickelodeon and Showtime. And CMT. Yeah, that's another one. I used to watch the Singing Bee from CMT, Country Music Television. Paramount Skydance Corporation. Founded one day ago. Today. Huh. That's nice. Paramount Skydance Corporation. Kmart retains one location in Florida and a few in the U.S. territories, such as Guam and the Virgin Islands. Oh, a new Gypsy, a new link that they sent me. Um, Give me just a moment. Uh-oh. Did I disconnect? Huh. That's weird. Not sure why I disconnected there. Oh, why did we put 93? It wants a four-digit PIN code. Okay. Let's, let's put this one in. Oh, la la la. Here we go. All right. Ready. Let's get back here. What if Rockstar would merge with Skydance? Oh, the Skydance merger also abducted National Amusements. Well, technically, all these three companies merged. All right. It's going to be Skydance Corporation if they decide to change their name completely. Yeah, they won't. No be is that. Um, yeah, so that was my Outlook chime right there. The Kmart in Florida is a tiny store, probably smaller than that of a Dollar General. The rest of the building was leased out to another store. Rockstar Energy Drinks? Huh. Rockstar Gaming. Oh. Oh, Rockstar Games. Rockstar Games Incorporated is an American video game publisher in New York City. Owned by Take-Two Interactive. Huh. Rockstar Games. Okay. The Redstone family is officially out of business without National Amusements in Paramount, and thus finishes their long reign. Oh, I guess long reign. I'm not. I have to. I'd have to source that still, but that ends their run in the business industry, and now they're left with this money. Oh my goodness. Ah, probably gonna have to get up and buy some, not buy, but gather me some water so I can drink some medicine for for my nasal congestion and my throat sore throat. But yeah, I'm inside this dorm. Sorry, get back to that. It all began in the 90s with Sumner Redstone through National Amusements purchased Viacom in 1995. Westinghouse purchasing CBS that same year, and Viacom and CBS merging in 2000. That's interesting. Oh man. Oh baby. Let's drink some medicine. And some water. Viacom previously purchased Paramount in 1994. Yeah, Paramount Communications. Uh, I remember 1990, I think 1990, that they had Paramount Communications. Previously, it was Gulf and Western who owned Paramount, and then they renamed themselves Paramount Communications, and now Viacom. Darn it. Okay, tuition insurance with Grad Guard. Hmm. Uh, scam. A new Hamu bill is available. Uh, sorry. Paramount Communications even tried to merge with Time Incorporated around the same time, but the deal fell through. Time Incorporated ended up merging with Warner Communications to form Time Warner. Yeah, that's interesting. Uh, um, Imagine that having Paramount and Time Warner, or it would become, or Time, it would become Time Paramount or something like that. Mhm. All right, the 90s were a media merger mania similar to what we saw in the late 2010s. Yeah, yeah, they are. Mhm. It seems like out of all these industries, media is the one with the most murderers. Yeah, in the late 2010s, we had AT&T and Time Warner merge. Yes, we did. Oh man, I'm tired. Today was a pretty productive day, I should say, in comparison to my previous days, uh, quite honestly productive. I shall say no more. Um, AT&T Time Warner was a flop, just like AOL Time Warner was. Oh, yeah. Skydance might start trimming the fat from Paramount soon. Assets like the minority stake in the CW and certain low-rated networks will be probably put into the chopping block soon. I could see that. Mm. How do I go pay? Oh, this is how. Money Connect. That's what it's called. I'm gonna add this to my thingy and put it right there. And ah, did they take? Did they disperse my uh stuff? Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. It's just coughing at this moment. It's mainly coughing. Not much sneezing, but the only real value Skydance has now is CBS, Paramount Studios, the TV production studios, the syndication unit, and of course, Paramount Plus. Everything else is just excess fat creating bog down. I wonder what that's going to be spun off next as. CW Holdings? Or what? MTV Holdings? Whatever. If the Redstones held an unknown stake in Odyssey through National Amusements, that means Guidance now owns that stake. Oh yeah. Mm. Oh crap. See if that works. Let me refresh this. I've read that National Amusements never had a stake in Odyssey, but some others said that they do, so I'm not sure. Oh man, I'm coughing everywhere. Pardon me. Okay, Took a little bit of medicine to alleviate it. 72% of Odyssey is owned by former CBS Corporation shareholders. Is that so? Hmm. Is you look at Cumulus Media. Hmm. Tallahassee radio legend Joe Bullard files lawsuit against Cumulus Media for age discrimination. How absurd. All these things happening. I'm not sure who's at fault, but there it is. I'm sorry. Whenever you are when whenever you have a day like this, it's everything goes on so quickly, and you're left de-energized, and you're just babbling words, and you're not even coherent. You're just blah, 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 blah. Another thing that I heard, I'm not sure if you heard about this, Christian, but apparently a few people are uh, discussing negatively about the Sydney Sweeney thing. Apparently, there's a commercial that she made, which they're taking exception to it. That's all I'm gonna say. I was looking at the UHV site. Ah, UHV will now, in Victoria, they've got Vince Martinez, the new head cockroach of the soccer team. Are you kidding me? Victoria has another boil water notice. I remember it's like a month ago or earlier, they had another water boil service announcement thingy notice. And we couldn't have any tea, we couldn't have anything. Only had water and canned Coke. Like bottled water and Coke. Imagine if Versant, the WBD spinoff, and any possible Skydance spinoff were to merge into one large entity. Yeah, maybe that's how Turner emerges as this new company with all these assets and stuff. Yes, I've heard about Sydney Sweeney almost every day on the news. There's absolutely nothing controversial about her commercials. People are just being hateful about it. Yeah, I know. I have no problem with her at all. Um, Actually, you know what? Apparently the Dr. Squatch, they had this. a soap called Sydney Sweeney bathwater soap, or apparently that you would sell a they would sell soap with a drop of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. I don't know what that was all about, but people bought it like like if it was gold. It's like when a hurricane hits, everyone has to boil water for anything, sadly. Yeah. Last time they were doing the boil water notice in Victoria, I was there and they told us that they were doing that. Um, uh, I think they were testing chlorine instead of I can't remember what other chemical they were using or chemical or mineral or whatever it was to purify the water, and they were making tests about that. And I guess that was one of the reasons that they decided to issue the boil water notice. I'm not sure what was going on actually, but you know, it is what it is, and they're doing it again. I didn't even know who Sydney Sweeney uh, was until I heard about this, but I did hear about that soap, and I was confused over who she was at that time. Yeah, she's an actress, and if I'm not mistaken, she was born in Washington, but let me check. Spokane, Washington. Oh, Spokane, Washington. Okay. Uh, is that where Vision Quest was filmed in 1983? Okay. After this American Eagle jeans ad and all of that went through, people even gone so far as to dig up her political affiliation, and I'm not going to mention what it is, just for reasons. But yeah, can you believe it? The people that hated her, I think they hate her. They go as far as to reveal her political identity or which parties she's affiliated to. And apparently, she's registered to the state of Florida. So it's about time we saw a real woman representing something. Yeah. One thing I'll mention about that ad is I think it's a tribute to what Brooke Shields did in the 80s. I'm not sure if you've seen Brooke Shields' ad, but it reminds me a lot of what Sydney Sweeney did in that ad. It's almost like a tribute, sort of. And it's pretty nice, honestly. Networks like CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC, all who work for the devil, all do his work by stirring the pot and creating division. Yeah. Sooner rather than later, politics is just going to blow up our country, and it's going to be person after person, friend after friend, neighbor after neighbor, brother after brother, sister after sister, father after father, mother after mother, cousin after cousin. And nobody's going to win. That's a sad reality. Even though they're called American Eagle, I don't think they manufacture anything in the United States. More, more than that's a thing. Brooke Shields was modeling for Calvin Klein at the time. That's what it's called, Calvin Klein. Now I remember, yeah. There was a Calvin Klein commercial which featured Brooke Shields, and yeah, that's kind of like what Sydney Sweeney was going for. Sydney Sweeney also made another ad for American Eagle, and um, that was also nice. Um, but believe it or not, American Eagle actually manufactures their products in China, Vietnam, India, Philippines, Thailand, and Mexico. Honestly, I should say this. Mexico, in my opinion, has the closest, out of all the cheap countries in the world, Mexico has, at least from what I can tell, the best quality of the bunch in general management or manufacturing. At least that's what I gather. None of those large clothing chains get anything from the US. Everything in those stores are all imports from other countries. Yeah, you got China, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, Pakistan, um, Malaysia, um, what else? Honduras, El Salvador, where my dad's born, and Mexico, where my mom was born. Um, the only thing that we get is Walmart. Walmart got American Giant to produce some shirts from them in the United States. And I'm going to show you one of them. I got one of them on here with me. And I'm going to read you what it says. American Giant Flag Collection, supporting local farms and creating jobs for American factory workers, bringing pride and purpose through good quality work in communities across the country. Be Giant. Made in USA, 100% cotton exclusive decoration. M, which is medium. Machine wash cold with light colors. Tumble dry low. Do not bleach. Cool iron. Do not iron on print. RW135853. American Giants. And it even has the star right here. So yeah. American Giants. I might actually buy some more. Now, granted, I don't want it to turn into like a cult thing where I worship it as if it were better than God, because that's not what I want. Let's be honest. But I would love some more products from them for sure. Honestly, that applies to any store that sells anything, not just clothing, especially uh, big box stores. When Sam Walton was in full control of Walmart, everything they sold was made in America. After Sam Walton era ended, everything was 100% Chinese imports. Well, now you look today, it's not just Chinese imports. There's also stuff assembled in United States. There's also stuff made in El Salvador. There's also made in Vietnam. All those countries. Can I see the American Giant label, please? Yeah, sure. Um, so there's the star right there, and there's American. It says American made right here, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but see if I can scooch it in and let you see it. At the bottom, it says RN number uh, 135853. You see it? It's a little shoddy. Oh my goodness, my glasses almost fell off. But yeah, there it is. Let me know if you need to see it again. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Let me get my anclas. I enjoy American Giant, Redland Cotton, and New Balance. I love those brands. The words are a bit hard to read, but I was listening when you read it. That is a very powerful message. It probably gets unnoticed by anyone who has these shirts. On camera, it's going to be impossible to see those tiny words into focus. Yeah, this I don't like this webcam. It's not the best. But American Giant Flag Collection, I'll read it to you again. Supporting local farms and creating jobs for American factory workers, bringing pride and purpose through good quality work in communities across the country. The Giant. That's their message. Now, I don't know about pride, but the rest of these principles I can back up. I can definitely back up. Um, yeah, this camera is sucks so badly. That's HP. HP for you. There it is. American Giant has that small business spirit. Yeah, and it's an absolute blessing that I get to see this shirt. Like, not even the fact that it's not even just the fact that it's made in the United States, but the fact that it's a 100% cotton shirt. There's another shirt that uh that says I think 90% cotton, 10% polyester from American Giants. But regardless, it still feels good in hand. But even the fact that it's 100% cotton is sufficient. It suffices me to buy it. I love cotton. Polyester and I uh, are not the best of friends. Pride is an overused word that many people who use it probably don't know the real sinful meaning behind it. Yeah, I hear pride everywhere, and it's not like I want to get very nitpicky about it, but yeah, that is true. Very true. Does your dorm have a laundry room? Well, see if I can show you. I'm gonna have to unplug my mic. A moment. There we go. Yeah, so one thing that I did not expect is the amount of warriors in a laundry room. Unfortunately, I think it only takes credit cards or debit cards or whatever. It takes card and not cash, which is slightly disappointing, but still. I'll be honest, yeah, a sharp microwave. Unfortunately, you can't have microwaves due to fire hazards. Uh, it's gonna break fire code. But yeah, those are the Speed Queen washers that I was talking about in our last call. Oh my goodness. Yeah, um, there's that. Those Speed Queen washers have a 3.2 cubic foot capacity, so they're on the smaller side, but they're sturdy and well built. They come from Ripon, Wisconsin. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. Apparently, well, let's see what we're gonna go for tomorrow. Here's the schedule. Yes, I want to download it. That's PNG. Oh, now we got some hiccups. Hiccups. Oh, okay. So breakfast at 7. Interesting. Breakfast all the way till 8:30. And then at 8:30 to 10:15, we've got the morning activity, which is either recreational center, gaming lounge, or bowling alley. I think I'm going to go to the bowling alley. I haven't been bowling in a while. And then 11:45 to 1, we have lunch. And then at 2, or at 1 uh, to 5, I think we have the strengths assessment lab. And then at 5 to 7, we have dinner. And then 7 to 9, we have the bowling activity or bowling alley. That was a nice speed queen. I have yet to see one in person. It's at your local laundromat, very more than likely. Unless you go into one of those laundromats where it's just front load washers. Um, you should be able to see those. Um, even if it's something like Hebsch or Unimac or what else? Any other of those brands. Econo Wash, that's another brand that has their washing machines, their top loaders built by Alliance Laundry Systems, which is the manufacturer of Speed Queen. Yeah, these Speed Queen devices, they're built to last. The best part about the Speed Queen washers, at least the model that I just saw, those washers have a mechanical pump that's driven by by one motor that drives the transmission as well. The transmission is what powers the wash action. That motor drives both the transmission and the drain pump. So if you have to, so it's both connected, and with I have bittersweet feelings about them, about learning about how vengeful they are. What I would say to that is, don't let those feelings ruin the fact that they built some of the best washing machines there. Yes, I acknowledge that they didn't have the best time when that happened, and it set people off. But thankfully, they return to their ways to an extent. I'm not trying to defend them or promote them, but I say to you, uh, that's in the past. If it happens again, then I'll have another view on them. But in the meantime, you can get you can get a pretty good washer. It's going to be expensive, yes, but you can still get pretty good wash action out of them. I'm going to copy the product codes. I'm going to share with you they're currently. So Speed Queen basically tells anyone who speaks negatively about them cram a clowny and strips their dealers their license to sell their machines. Long live freedom of speech. Yeah, that was very questionable. That's an instrument. Um, it is what it is. Even they have their bad times. I don't know. That was uncalled for, and honestly, um, but yeah, if it says TR, um, um, uh, do not get that, or at least that's what they say. You might get some good wash action with a TR series, or maybe not. But if you want something proving, this is what it is. I've always been a tell it like it is person. Speed Queen would hate me if I gave an honest review of their machines, lol. Yeah, it could be. Could be that. That was way back in 2018, I think. I wonder if they had some. Oh well, doesn't matter. But I want to know who is their CEO of Alliance Laundry Systems. Kyle Shabe. Show. However you pronounce that. Sheesh. Yeah, that was 7 years ago. So yeah. When they introduced this, I'm going to give you the codes to the classic model that they released not too long after they received negative complaints. But la, 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 TC 5003 WN. 4 years ago, Lorraine Furniture. Oh, it even dates to 6 years ago, the original model from 2019. So, huh, it only took 1 year for them to release back the classic agitation model. Huh. So that's their current models that they offer with which have been highest reviewed, they use water. They use quite a bit of water, but they use enough to have excellent wash action. If I don't know what they were thinking when they had that mishap. I don't know what they were thinking, but the all positive reviews, but the WN has mixed reviews. Huh, interesting. Um, they're both the same thing except the color. I wonder what the mixed reviews have. Works like old school washers. It only has two water level options. It either fills up almost to the top for a deep fill, or it fills up to two-thirds full. Okay. Started making noise within the first 2 days. The second eight is the zipper. The noise was coming from underneath the machine. They replaced the motor. The machine isn't agitating properly. Okay, purchase the motors. Wash won't buzzing so loud. How long is this? 3939. I bought a speed clean for this clean well. The machine is not quiet. The machine does not have a lit lock. Huh. I'm surprised the negative reviews are still on the page. Knowing them, they would have done a full purge of anything less than 4 stars, lol. Um, I'll give them this. At least they're finally allowing these, they're not telling Google to cram it clammy to these negative reviews. So that's good. What they did back then was pretty questionable, I'm not gonna lie. What I can say though is the reason that there's negative reviews on the BN and not the WN is because many people they buy the WN model and not the BN model because they prefer the white as opposed to the black. So yeah, about that. So if that says something, I guess um I guess it's been in service for more time than the BN model. So I could see that. But they're the same thing. Unless you point to white heat, black absorb heat more than white. There's really no difference other than the color. Yeah, the white one is have been more in service than the other one, the black one. So yeah, there's that. Oh goodness. You know what though? Um, washer brands like um uh what else? There's Speed Queen, of course. What else is there? LG. They make their machines in South Korea and in the USA. They're the only other one that's getting a lot of scores in reliability. After them, I'm not sure who else. Oh, oh man. I am sleepy. What else is there? GE, um, in the past, GE has gotten poor reliability scores, but I mean, they work for their purpose. You just got to add the deep fill, and it'll work and agitate the clothes. The one thing I don't like about GE is that most of their modern models don't have more than one spin. They just have a spin, a single spin. No spin for wash, no spin for the first rinse. Well, for first rinse or second rinse. Well, the final rinse that there is. After the rinse, then it spins, and only that once. I miss the old GE appliances prior to them being sold to Haier. GE made everything in America back in the day. Yeah. I will say though that in 2006 they made their Hydrowave line, and that did not turn out very well. There was multiple instances where the outer tub was leaking, I guess, one of them. The motor went bad. The mode shifter, which shifts from agitation mode to spin mode, that went bad. They were still assembled in America, but many of the electronics were made in China or Mexico, possibly. Most of what came from America would be the metal, the basket, the wash basket, and the agitator, and the knobs. But yeah, that was before Hire acquired them, and those machines were awful. They had multiple reliability issues, and when they sold to Hire, well, they're not necessarily well renowned for their reliability, but they're better than what they had just before Hire bought them. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. And they say that 70% to 90% of their washer machines are built in America, in Kentucky, as a matter of fact. I think Louisville, Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. But the motor comes from China. The gearbox, um, I'm not sure. That's probably made in America, but it's not very durable. Well, it might be durable, but it feels cheap. GE started going downhill in the later 2000s. Even their light bulbs were known to explode randomly. Wow. So you're saying that GE is like the Samsung of light bulbs? That's crazy. Oh man. As far as washers go, the best bets are going to be like Speed Queen, According to washer enthusiasts, Speed Queen is like the best one you could find, but it is expensive, and there are certain models that you need to look out for. But their front load washers are pretty good as well. Apart from that, LG is pretty reliable while being more or less uh, cost effective, at least compared to Speed Queen. LG, the drain pump goes bad more than anything else. At least that's what I heard. But in terms of reliability and washability, LG does pretty well. If you're looking for something that is a budget washer and you just value economics over anything else, or if you're on a tight budget, GE washing machines, the lower end models, those will suffice. You're probably going to get 5 or 7 years out of it. And after that, um, Samsung is still one of the worst. They've done better in recent years. I think that's what I heard from a panel named Ben's Appliances and more. But they still rank low generally. So Samsungs are some that they would avoid. And also Whirlpool. Anything owned by Whirlpool is awful. Maybe they're very low end washers, the ones that look like they're uh from the 90s, sort of. Those maybe have a chance depending on the type of agitator. If it's a dual action agitator, um, it's going to corkscrew and it won't go back. The top will only go in one direction. Those washers tend to do the best. The other ones are utter trash. Either they go bad really quick, or they just simply don't wash well. So anything Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, um, I would avoid. And I think off-brand washers as well. Midea, I think that's how it's pronounced. That's what I've heard. They have some washers. They're very cheap and crummy. They wash okay, I guess, but they sound like they're about to fall apart the moment you put them in action. And now GE is the only is only in the aerospace business now. Yep, they're building engines for Boeing's Dreamliner, the 787 and the 777X, and some other the 737 Max. Over the years, they got rid of most of their businesses, like when they sold NBC Universal to Comcast, for example. Yeah, I miss when Maytag used to be top of the line. Oh yeah, Maytag washers were known for their reliability up until the 2000s when that whole Neptune fiasco happened. After that, they started to lose their bananas and they got bought by Whirlpool, which was not as good as Maytag, I would say, but still competitive and pretty good. But now it's other trash. Off-brand anything is a bozo no-no. Too risky because they are cheaply made. Yeah, Many of these Chinese manufacturers, unfortunately, if you want it to be cheap, well, you get what you pay for. So because we're so cheap, they're forced to make these insanely uh, cheap, crummy products. Not necessarily just Chinese. Also, some Samsungs are made in Thailand. There's that. But who knows? Maybe something happens in them where they are going to become what Maytag, GE, Whirlpool, and what Speed Queen is right now. What those brands were once, maybe that off-brand will be whatever that is. I don't know. It's a real gamble though. That's what I'll say. It wasn't just their washers. Maytag appliance line in general, like their stoves, for example, were great. Yeah, Maytag stoves, refrigerators. I'm happy that KitchenAid, um, at least KitchenAid is still reliable. KitchenAid is Whirlpool though. Yes, I know KitchenAid is Whirlpool, but I just wanted to mention that. Maytag, in fact, Maytag at one point also had their own lines of commercial whoppers that were ubiquitous across the United States. In fact, in Victoria, um, which is near a Mexican meat market, there's a laundromat where they now have Hebsch, oddly enough. Um, they used to have Maytags and Speed Queens. Now they have Hebsch, which is Speed Queen, but mainly in Canada. Whirlpool was trying too hard to become a monopoly. They're trying to be the Buckies of appliances. Man, uh, Whirlpool was already famous as it was. I'll say that. Um, Whoa! Speaking of Buckies, according to KSAT or KSAT, we call it KSAT, Bucky's donates 1 million to Hill Country Foundation fueling flood recovery efforts. The donation was presented alongside gifts from Lowe's, PepsiCo, and Yeti to various community efforts. By the way, Yeti is based in Austin, Texas, and Igloo in what do you call it? Oh, they're in Katy. Yeti is from Austin, and Igloo is from Katy. I think somebody's using a washing machine. Bucky's are trying to be the only large gas station. Yeah. You think they'll become a public company anytime soon? Bucky's donated. Wow. Yep. Um, A little later than I would have expected, but yes, they did. As I passed right by the igloo headquarters in Katy when I went to Berkshire a few months ago. I pulled into their parking lot actually. Wow, that's great. Yeah, they've been around for 63 years, I think. Yeah. And as for your question, they may go public when they feel the time is right. And that also includes whether private equity doesn't have their eyes on them. That could stop them from being going public. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like Bucky's is getting inches closer to becoming a public station or a public, you know what? Speaking of stations, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is closing down, cutting funding for PBS and NPR. So there's that. But yeah, I think Bucky's feels like the most public private company for, you know, memories of being 5 years old with a yellow red igloo cooler full of powdered yellow Gatorade. I love I think that's my favorite Gatorade actually. Well, it's actually a lemon lime Gatorade, which I really love. That's my favorite power. It has that nice acidity that I need. If Bucky's goes public, that could empower them to possibly go worldwide. And that could crush the Texan and many of the other small similar chains. Oh, um, we'll see what the Texan does, but yeah, I'm not too sure what their plans for the Texan are, but I just pray that they don't go out of business. That's all. I don't, if if it means no expansion, I'm all for it. But I just don't want them to go out of business. That's all. The yellow, blue, and white Gatorades are my favorite. Yeah, mine is the lemon lime. Bucky's has told their competitors many times, rabbit clowning with their inane lawsuits. Yeah, many of them either stole something of their logo or their name, or, you know, uh, um, I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than it is what it is. Speaking of those drinks, try mixing Sprite and Blue Powerade at any place that has them both in the fountain. It is the best. Huh. Maybe that's how you make a Taco Bell's Mountain Dew Baja Blast. You ever heard of that? Apparently, according to Metro, it's one of their best drinks that you can get. And according to many other people who drink it, me personally, I just stick to my sweet tea. Oh, somebody voice message. Give me just a moment. Sorry, folks, I just got a voice message. Yes, Baja Blast is probably Gatorade mixed with another flavor. That's the reason. The reason why I say that is because Mountain Dew and Gatorade are both Pepsi Co. products. Yep, indeed. Hmm. I got two of these tokens or whatever, coins or whatever. Well, they're actually like these poker chips that they give you as prizes. I'm not sure what to use them for, but they reward you with these if they see you're doing good stuff. I'll keep these for now here, and then later on we'll see what happens. Okay, breakfast at 7 to 8:30. Can you believe that? 7 a.m. And then at a recreation center, gaming lounge, or bowling alley. Lunch at 11:45 to 1. And then we have the strength assessment lab. Um, at 1, and then at 5 we have dinner, and then 7 is the bowling alley. And for Saturday, breakfast at 9, and then wait, 9? Or wait, no, breakfast at 7, and then at about 9 we get to the bus for the uh Hurricane Alley, Brewster Street, and Harbor Lake House. And we'll probably get there at 9 at night. Brunch from 9 to 1 for Sunday. Then Recreation Center, Gaming Lounge, and Bowling Alley from 1 to 5. And then 5 to 7, dinner. And then 7 to 9, mentor games in the dorms. Those tokens look like casino chips. I'm curious about what they can be redeemed for. Probably for like shirts and stuff or other prizes. We'll see. We will see. Wow. Okay, I think my mom is sending more messages. Let's see what she says. I'm gonna have to mute my mic for a moment just so that nothing goes out there. Okay, she's just checking on me. What else? And then for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're gonna have the same stuff. Breakfast from 7 to 8:30. Class session 1. RH, I'm not sure what RH is. I'd have to ask them. Morning activity rec center, which is recreational center. I'm gonna call it rec center. Gaming lounge and bowling alley. 10:15, 11:45. 11:45 to 1 lunch announcements. 1 to hold on. 1 to 2:45. We have class sessions. Um, and then from 3:15 to 5, we have another class session, number 3. And it's going to be the same thing for these things that I'm announcing for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Except on Wednesday, there's bowling alley and then VS advising, which I'm not sure what day it is. And then from 5 to 7, we have dinner, and then mentor, or no, an evening activity from 7 to 9. So evening activity, that would be CAC, which I'm not sure what that is. Academic success, possibly. And then Peacock, I can't, I think it's one of the buildings. Evening activity, TBA, I'm not sure what they are. How does it feel being so far away from home? Um, I finally get to taste what it feels like to be away from my parents, um, full time, sort of. Well, not exactly full time, but definitely for an extended amount of time. The closest I've been to this is, I guess, well, one time in 2023, I was in Irving with three other well, not classmates, but three other students. But I slept with one of them. Uh, we each had our different beds, and we stayed at this hotel in Irving, Texas. And I did miss home, to be honest, but yeah. Sometimes you need to try out some new pastures. How does the saying go? You pronounce this oh, Rolling Stone gathers. Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else. A Rolling Stone gathers no moss, but that goes against what I think, honestly. But yeah. What I'll say about this dorm is it's built in 1966, believe it or not. And to be honest, it reflects that age pretty well. It's not that it's badly maintained. It actually looks much better than Grandy's 1984 bathroom. Um, it's just that these things are in so much use over the years that eventually, regardless of these uh, care and maintenance things, it just starts looking dated and it will no longer look fulfilling. Like it's going to look outdated no matter what. So that's what I think. Hold on. Oh, by the way, these mattresses, which have plastic nylon in them, they're built by Texas Correctional Industries, which I think they're from Huntsville. Yeah, they're built in Huntsville, apparently. The difference between your dorm and Grandy's is that the campus management actually cares about maintaining the property. Yeah, they're trying their best, but to be honest, I don't think that their funding allows for a bigger scope renovation or restoration project. Kind of strange they're using prison beds in a college dorm. Well, I mean, Martin Hall is the cheapest of the dorm locations you can find, so yeah, I guess so. Oh, this cold, this cold won't leave me alone. But yeah, that doesn't matter. Whatever be of the Lord's will be done. Yeah, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Are these like these mattresses they make in jail? Are they put in jail or something? That's weird. Yeah, regardless, Grandy's is badly maintained. That's the main problem. And the problem here is that the dorm, while it's not badly maintained, it's many of these things that are here just look outdated. But I mean, that's what happens whenever you use something for so long. But the maintenance is good. It's not the best, but it's good enough. Okay. I'm more used to that for my throat, really, or whatever it's called, sore throat. Well, man, yeah, I still have some work to do with this one, but I guess I'll look forward to tomorrow and get that fixed. Actually, I'm not too sure if I'll have time tomorrow. Or maybe I do. I don't know. Yeah. Christian, what do you got for us tomorrow? Or for you tomorrow? I'll, while you type it in, while you type that in, I'll see what my mom says, and I'll be, I understand if you're busy tomorrow. Yeah, no worries. It's actually not busyness, it's just gonna be on this. But let me know what you got tomorrow. All right. She's just saying goodnight to me. So I'm going to be oh yeah, I remember now. You told me about your car broke down. So there's that. Uh so I'm going to be at home working on client projects and taping an episode of CDG Bizcast. During the evening hours, I should be free. Are my messages coming through? Um, well, I have your two comments about the I understand if you're busy tomorrow and the car and then the taping. That's good. So, if there's any other messages that are being blocked, let me know. Here we go. Oh, by the way, the battery terminals for my truck just came today after I left, and I had to depart at 11:30ish to get here and have some time to set up. So I didn't even get the chance to put that in. From now until next week, I will be home. It has been an expensive month. I paid my ticket from 2 weeks ago, and the part itself is not cheap. Yikes. Yeah. Um, that truck, just 2 days ago, we found out that it was leaking water. And so my dad decided to put some antifreeze in there. And he decided that we should take it to the mechanic, and it's the water pump that was failing. Now, here's the thing. Should we have to have the call tomorrow, I certainly look forward to hearing about your time in Kingsville. Absolutely. Yes. Although, because they're gonna make me wake up early. If it's possible. If not, then I understand. We'll still carry on with it. But if possible, I try to make these calls earlier. Um, just to get enough sleep. You know, usually sleep, I I get up in bed at about 11 or 12, and then I fall asleep at around 1-ish. So, you know, if I stay up anything other than 1, my sleep schedule gets thrown off a little bit. Um, but if you want to hold it at the regular schedule that we have, then don't worry, we can still do that. Maybe I should aim at around 10 p.m. Yeah, that's sure. We can have it at 10 p.m. and then we'll get right into the novel. Um, so yeah, we had to replace the water pump. Here's the thing. The water pump, we went to the dealer and we put the VIN number. We got the VIN number from the vehicle. Now the VIN number, okay, the vehicle itself is a 4.6 motor. The VIN number has it registered as a 5.7 motor. Isn't that hilarious? So, because the VIN number is doesn't actually reflect what the vehicle has right now, they gave us the wrong water pump. So we go there and we have to return it, and we tell them what happens, and then they give us the correct water pump. So we go back home thinking all is well. But then then the mechanic calls and says the gasket doesn't fit. And then we go to O'Reilly Auto Parts again, and then we show them the gasket that came with the pump, and they were like, "Oh, what happened?" And I guess it was manufacturing error. I'm not too sure what happened, but manufacturing error, that's what I would assume. Um, so we had to wait until the next day to get the correct water pump, and then we installed that. It was all dandy. There we go. But that was pretty hilarious. I'm not going to put that on O'Reilly. That's strange. How did they mix up the VIN numbers? I'm not sure. Um, my dad, he usually aims for anything below $10,000 when it comes to vehicles. So that's what he bought me. That's what he found. Can you believe it? The outer compartment of the truck. You open up the truck to load up stuff there on the bed. The door didn't work. It doesn't work. That's one thing. The second thing is that the seat belts don't work. They don't. They don't lock into place. Apparently, you have to use a vacuum cleaner. That's what the owner said, to use a vacuum cleaner. And then the third thing is sometimes the battery terminal goes loose. And it's even held up by like these strips of fabric or something. This is not what they use. This actually came from the bed sheets themselves, but something like this, some kind of thing like that. I'm not too sure. It's a small dorm. It's literally as big as from here to this dorm right here. That's where I am at the door. If you see me right up here, that's me. And the door's right here to the closets. And there's another closet here for the other roommate. And we have two cabinets separated. And then uh, the bed without the mattress, well, it's held up by a spring system with multiple springs holding it up and some metal bedding. So many problems all at once. I'm sorry to hear about that. Oh, well, it may have been problematic at that time, but now looking back at it, it's actually quite hilarious. Is there a window above that door? Um, let me check. So, uh, it's not a window. I think it's actually like a air conditioner vent or heating vent, some kind of vent for whatever reason. But yeah, it's a vent, not a window. All right. Yeah. But there is a window, right? I was about to say, if that's a window, then that creates some privacy problems. Yeah, surely it does. You know what? There is a window right next to me. See if I can pull it up. Oh, oh, how do I pull back this window now? Huh. Oh, great. Oh, there it is. I can. Oh no. Oh no. Oh goodness. I think I screwed up the window thingy. Well, I didn't screw it up per se, but I don't know how to pull it down anymore. Jeez. Jeez. Okay, that's a problem. I'll get that fixed. Great. And that'd be even a long, long time. Oh, fish. Fish kebab, I should say. Lee, my, spring up. The blinds, if you pull it up, it should come back down with ease. They get caught down. Oh, um, yeah, they just stay there. It doesn't retract. It just stays in. Oh, oh, there it is. You just gotta maneuver it like this, like if you're a steering wheel. Oh, here it is. Ah, it doesn't go all the way down though. So, oh no. It just got stuck, I guess. Oh, I think I almost got it. I haven't had these for a long time. I'll tell you that much. I'm just gonna, yeah, ah, almost there. It's not perfect, but it'll show you. By the way, how how old are these blinds? Are they from like 1984 or something? They literally look like blinds that you'd see in the 80s. I almost got it, but yeah. Oh, oh. So you can pull it down, but it just takes some time and patience. Oh wow. That looks good. I hope those blinds aren't that old, LOL. You think they'd update them every regularly every few years or so. Like I said, they probably don't have enough money, if I had to guess. But yeah. In fact, Kingsville looks like a wreck. in certain places. It looks pretty outdated. Oh my goodness. It looks pretty poor, I would say that much. Oh, we almost got it. From now on, I'm not going to pull up those block the line pull up on the blind. Instead, I'm just going to use these blind flippers that do this. If you go to the old school Whataburger in Kingsville, um, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Um, I have not gone there. Kingsville. Let's open maps. How far is it from me? Oh, okay. That's good. Speaking of Whataburger, they got two new menu items to try: the bacon Ranger Double and the Dr. Pepper Blackberry Shake. I want to try them. Yeah, I think tomorrow they're celebrating uh however many years it's been by selling 75-cent burgers or something. I think that's what I heard. I think it's tomorrow. I can't remember. Oh my goodness. Come on, just go down for once. Oh, oh, there it goes. All right. What is it that? Oh, I can even pull down on that. Hang on. It's on the other hand. Just seeing stuff. Hold on. I'm sorry. That, as I said, 75 years and growing strong. You're right. It's tomorrow, and there's so many selling the burger, regular burger for 75 cents. Yeah, that might be what I get. Even though I'm on a diet, so there's that. Oh man, these allergies are getting to me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep with these allergies. All right, Lost Americana. Now, if you're going to get, oh wait, never mind. You said your car is broken. I was going to say if you could have went there, but yeah, that's not possible. Mm. Last week I stopped at the Whataburger that chapter 10 takes place at. I saw an elderly, homeless lady outside and asked if she wanted food. She said yes, so I bought her what she wanted. Oh, that's nice. It goes without saying that go, inherit the kingdom that my father has prepared for you. For he gave me food, for I was hungry and you gave me food. for um, I was thirsty and you gave me drink, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, very good. Oh man. What else does Outlook have for me? Nothing. Okay. Oh man, a new Tamuk e-bill available, so got that fixed too. Okay. Um, all right. Stay tuned because on the 14th, more than likely, I'm going to be uh unveiling something that I ordered on eBay. And let's just say that it's been on my mind years ago, but only recently did I take the opportunity to buy it. Oh, stay tuned for the 14th, which is next Thursday. The cashier lady was like, "You angel!" I paid for her food and left. I had the opportunity to be one of those random strangers that will never be seen again doing something impactful. Yeah, yeah. Sheesh. Can I get a Gypsy? Yep, Gypsy. Gypsy for that. Well, that's cool music, cool animation right there. And start the music. There's a whole Reddit thread about stories where people shared stories about strangers they'll never see again. And I realized I was one of those folks. Yeah. My mom is like, whenever she sees a stranger, she's like, in her mind, she's thinking, "Oh, she's probably going to use that to buy cigarettes and smoke drugs or buy drugs or whatever." And but now after hearing that, I think I have a change of heart. I remember one time we witnessed a stranger who may have possibly been a real life angel. If you want, I can tell you the story. All right, you can say the story. In the meantime, yeah, gather my clothes for my bath. Mm. Oh man. Not gonna lie, I'm not very trusting of strangers either, but I was that stranger that day. Yeah. Yeah, it's either it's a real life angel or it's even Jesus in the form of that poor stranger, or it's just somebody who wants to use it to spend it on drugs or cigarettes. It's not very easy, to be honest, to tell the difference between both. So yeah, got that. So See if I have any shorts left to wear. Guess not. I guess they're in this drawer. They're in this drawer. Yeah, I'll wear these shorts for tonight. For tonight and tomorrow. All right. Gee, Chile. Yeah. So this story takes back in 2023. I was visiting my optometrist friend where she worked on a random day. Okay. Um, so there's the optometrist. Okay. What else? I'll let you type it all out, and I'm gonna throw this trash in the trash can. All your action. Oh, that. Fortunately, you have to go on the floor to find that thing, find that trash can. Anyways, uh, while you're typing that, I'll read. When we left after closing, we were both standing outside of the parking lot just talking about different things. Then we see two ladies both pushing a broken car up the driveway into the parking lot. They needed our help. As one of the ladies was in the driver's seat steering and braking, me, my friend, and my other lady's friends were pushing the car way up in the driveway. It was inclined. The force of all three of us was not enough to get the car going. All of a sudden, a random man who was quite elderly but still agile joined us and helped us push the car up into a parking space. I was so busy paying attention to which way I was pushing, but I didn't really look at it. But after we got the car into the space, all of a sudden he was gone. Before any of us could tell him thank you, he disappeared around the corner of the building. I was I looked around the corner and he was nowhere to be seen. He was gone like nothing. I feel inclined to believe that man was an angel sent from God to help us. Amen. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man. And I pray that there be an angel uh, soon for me. And maybe there's already an angel here who will be around with me. Well, not just me, of course, but other people too. We'll see. Maybe. Okay, not 11:49. No. Uh, those two ladies were stranded and needed help. It is possible they asked God to send help. Not only God did send them to where we could help them, but God may have sent one of his own to help too. Yeah, very much something in play. Um, all that's left is for God to confirm himself that whenever we pass away. But other than that, whatever we believe in that case is been. Yeah, after the 13th, I'm going to leave for a moment. I'm going to leave Kingsville, but I will return. But yeah, the location was Stanton Optical Highway 6 in Westheimer, right across from Cons in Chapter 11. Oh my goodness. All right, that I guess that thing will just stay there. Yeah, that's nice to hear, Christian. Very nice to hear. And your reward, like you watch the Three Amigos and they say, our reward is that justice has been done. Likewise, your reward is that fulfillment feeling from feeling that you helped out. So it was right across Hans in chapter 11. Okay. Well, imagine if those two girls went there and you went to the optometrist or Stanton Optical and they continue uh, making fun of you. Well, that chapter was excruciating. It's like you can't have a moment of peace. You're just gonna keep forcing it down your throat. It's like, goodness gracious. All right, Christian. Well, I think I'm gonna call it in a moment, but I'll pray if there's anything that you would like me to pray, I will add it. That's how I felt after I bought that homeless lady her meal. She was outside of Whataburger and I felt compelled to like help her. God, that was God telling me to move. Absolutely. Um, next time that happens, when somebody uh, is there lying in the streets and there's somebody there asking for food, yes, I'll make it a mission to get there. The one closest thing that I've got to that is one time we just got off from Longhorn Steakhouse. I threw whatever I didn't eat, what I didn't consume, which I believe were some nachos, and I'm not sure what else was there. I gave it to somebody who was on the frontage road of the Loop 463 highway in Victoria. So there's that. Too. As much as I wanted to be quiet about my feelings for you know who, she has to be always loud about it. Yeah. Yeah. It's no peace. But you know who provides peace? The Lord. God provides peace and love and through his grace. I certainly want to thank God for the business I'm getting. Also, that Kaylee's birthday is weeks away and would like to reunite. I also have a cousin who is in need of dire help. All I can say about her is that she is facing some major demonic attacks and she seriously needs God's intervention. Wow. Yeah, definitely. And of course, reunions with certain people I haven't seen in years. But yes, that's very noble of you. I'm glad you provided your leftovers to someone in need. And if I have leftovers and somebody is out there and asking for money, I'll give them some of these leftovers. That's what I want to do. I might forget that, but right now I'll say that's what I want to do. Um, when that moment happens, that's what I want to do. But yeah, I think now I'm gonna call it because it's getting late, and I'm gonna wake up at 6:30 or 7. I'm not too sure for breakfast. So here we go. Cousin name is Gabby. Huh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. I know a Gabby from Port Lavaca, but I haven't seen her in a few. I haven't seen her in a few months, I guess. But yes, I'll keep her in her prayers. Lord, thank you for my. Uh, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to stream on this very platform to promote your word and your faith that you provide through us, through our Lord Jesus Christ, who lives and reigns with you forever and ever. Help us always to seek your divine righteousness, your divine intervention, and your divine interruptions. Lord, same way that you turn water into wine, I pray that you may turn our anxieties into benefits. And likewise, turn Gabby's demonic attacks into angelly or holy angelical interventions. And may her heart be turned towards you and not far from you. Additionally, Lord, I pray that you may forgive us our sins that we have confessed, which in, which in my case include pride, envy, lust, sloth, gluttony, greed, and much more, and lying. Also, Lord, I pray that not my will, but yours be done. As Jesus prayed when he prayed that you take his cup. Lord, in this new era in Kingsville, I pray that you may allow me to have not only good interactions, but also divine properties, divine longevity in your faith, no matter where I go and no matter where I am. Also, Lord, in the face of Adam, I pray that his channel efforts may on YouTube may gain him subscribers. And also, I pray for my mom and dad's marriage, that it may not be tainted, but rather grow stronger. Through every fight and through every word said, may it grow stronger. And for my uncle who has died, I pray that his soul and spirit rest in peace in you, Lord. Same for all the dead people who are dead in flesh but are alive in spirit. I pray for Christian that you may purchase for him uh, the way to Kaylee, that he may see her and reunite, and likewise reunite with any other person that he prays for. Also, Lord, I pray that you may reward Christian's expenses in his car and his speeding ticket, that you may uh, recompense what he has lost and multiply it the same way Jesus multiplied the fish and the bread. Also, Lord, I pray for the business. Uh, thank you for Christian's business, and I pray that his business can be thrived. Uh, thank you, Lord. Your words are kind. They're a lamp to my feet, and they are a grill to any serpents that dare to bite us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. One day I hope I will report back to you that I took a photo with a certain someone due to a reunion. Oh, smoke. Let's see. Yep. Uh, maybe tomorrow. Or, well, technically it's today, but maybe when we have our next call, that'll happen. Amen to that, brother. 42-cent hike. Blake, how's it going? Amen. Yeah, I'm about to sign off, but I'm gonna send you the instructions for that SOS Plus channel, Team SOS Plus. But here they are. Team SOS. Uh, email. Gypsy at gmail.com. And this is. Alright, I sent you the instructions on Instagram. Alright. Yeah, I told you I was gonna give you access because YouTube's gonna do something with this thing. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off. But first, I want to see if you want to access that. I sent the details on Instagram, and just in case, it might ask you for a password for a number. Let me know how that goes. It might ask you for access, so I'm going to switch that account. But thank you so much, folks. Um, do you want to do it right now, or do you want to do it tomorrow? All right. This is before I sign off because I'm going to sign off right after this. My indirect channel email is in my bio. Okay, I sent you the details on Instagram in case you want to check it from there. But let me see the email. Okay, I'll get that. Let's get that. And I'm gonna paste this. And let's type in this. Oh, it's gonna load something else in a moment. There we go. And let's close that out. Yeah, but I sent you that email right there. Yeah. The reason I'm saying is because it might ask you to put in a bunch of numbers, or it might show you some numbers that you have to uh, get. So let me know if you want to do it right now or do it another time. Meanwhile, I'm gonna hop on to YouTube. Oh, yeah, because I was about to sign off, but I saw and I remembered that. But yeah, after this, I will sign off because it is 12:06 a.m. at night, and I'm gonna be up at 7, so I will sign off soon. Doing it right now. Yes, it's me. What number you got? All right, got it. You're in. You got it. I have approved your sign in, and you're all set. Now you can live stream from there. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I already did my ID there, and yeah, so that channel is already set up, I believe, for live streaming. But yeah, and just in case you want some extra stuff from my OneDrive folder, um, I'm also going to send you the folder to the S.O.S. OneDrive. It's got lots of stuff there, just in case you want to use it. So it's going to be under the S.O.S. Communications Incorporated name. That's what the folder is called. I sent you an email to that, and if you want anything from there, you are free to use it anytime. Anytime, my friend. All right. Now I will sign off. Anything else before I go? We made our prayers, we made our things. We've got we got another member to the S.O.S plus side. Let's go! Yay! All right. So, so in theory, you should have access to that. So if you sign in on another device to that same account, you could access the numbers to that account. Good night, and God bless you. I'll check with you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Christian. And thank you to Blake, who was 42 set height. Let me know whether on Gmail or on Instagram if you have any issues with anything I send you. But other than that, I'm going to call it. I'm going to take a shower and then I'm going to go sleep. And thank you so much. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. We're going to be continuing tomorrow with Matthew. All right, folks, have fun and enjoy your